Folks, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Brad Lee. I am the founder and CEO of a technology called Lightspeed VT. I know that you guys attended Coach Burt's event that basically told us that you wanted to ultimately be some sort of content matter expert. You've got some sort of song to sing. You've written a book. You've got some expertise that you want to share in the world, which, resonates with me because my whole mission in life is ultimately to get the knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it, because I believe that with the right knowledge, success is guaranteed. Everyone in the world understands one thing. People aren't going out of business because they want to. They're not shutting their doors because they want to. They're not getting teenagers pregnant because we want our teenagers pregnant. We're doing it because we don't understand how to negotiate a deal, how to find leads, how to market, how to build funnels, how to educate our kids, how to, talk about the birds and the bees properly. Some of us can, some of us can't, but that's my passion. So I'm happy to be here because my whole mission in life is to get knowledge from people who have it to the people who want it. Coach Burt mentioned that because you attended that event, little did you know that you just saved $25,000. Because normally I charge $25,000 to set up the system. Who paid $25,000? The list goes on and on. Coach Burt being one of them. Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, John Maxwell, Tom Hopkins, brands, World Series of Poker, Top Chef, General Motors. Literally the list goes on and on and on. This technology is not your average everyday online training system like you may have heard of. There's stuff out there that you can use that hosts videos, but there's nothing out there that is an actual interactive learning technology designed to get people to learn what's in it. So there's a big difference. I'm not here to sell it to you, obviously, because we're not charging you for it. You already got a $25,000 wave because you attended that event and through Coach Burt. So thanks, Coach. Appreciate that. But anyway, it's actually thanks, Brad. And it's actually more than that. It's actually thanks development, because guess what? Remember when those big screen TVs came out and them some bitches were like $9,000 and only the rich people had them? Well, now you can go get them 75-inch TVs for $697. You got to love advancement in technology. I used to have to charge $25,000 because it took us a long time to get everything done for you. Now I can automate it for you. I can send you a link right now. If you guys want to spin up your system, when you spin up your system, it's an automated questionnaire, a couple of questionnaires. We'll walk you through it, and then you have a system. Now that you have a system, you can go in and take the training and do whatever it is you want to do with that system, and your ongoing fee for that system is either $2 a user or 20% rev share. So if you're selling content, which we can show you how to do, we would get 20% of that revenue. If you want to do the 100% program, there is 100% where you get 100% of the revenue. You just have to agree to charge 120% to your customer. I can't see if anybody's laughing. Only Coach Burt. The Exit Realty dude looks like he wants to punch me. However, what that means is if you guys do it right, and I'm going to show you how to do it right, okay? If you do it right, you don't pay anything for the system. We're just going to share revenue. Why? Well, because when it boils down to it, guys, I started the thing. I did it 20 years ago when nobody was doing anything. I started the whole courses online movement, really. And I've spent 20 years doing it with Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins and Zig Ziglar and Coach Burt. And, some people listen and some people don't, but the ones that do are making millions a month. If you're going to be a subject matter expert, the question isn't if you're going online, folks. You're going online or you won't be in business very long. At the end of the day, who are you going to go online with and what are you going to create? And will that withstand scrutiny? Will it actually train people? Will it actually help people? Who knows? Good luck. There's a lot to learn. Not to mention, you're probably going to get ripped off just trying to find someone to market it properly. Okay, so again, I know you guys saw Jonathan Hawkins out there. Dude, that dude knows his stuff. Okay, so the question isn't if you're going to go online. You're going to have to. Trust me when I tell you, companies and people basically saying, oh, I love it. What do you have online? And if your answer is nothing, I just got live events. I just got workshops. You'll get booked, but you won't grow. You won't scale. You can't do it. And I'll explain all that, but trust me when I tell you, you need a Lightspeed system if you're intending to train and help people or teach people or develop people, period. You just don't know it. If you don't already know it, that's only because you don't believe what I'm saying or you don't understand what I'm saying. Which one is it? Because I want to make sure everybody's fired up. If you guys, by the way, have a question, you can click raise your hand, and I'll notice it and we'll answer it. Or you can unmute yourself, answer your question. Then, if you could, mute yourself again so we don't hear dogs barking and freaking babies crying. And the other day I was listening, dude. This literally, you heard somebody rip one, and he didn't realize that his mic was on. So at the end of the day, these are funny. These are called webinars. We can train this way, but guess what? There's no repetition. I don't know if Brad Blazar is listening to a damn thing right now. I can't even see him. I'm hoping he is. I don't know shit. So guess what I do? If I really want him to learn this stuff, I put it in an interactive training system that allows me to deliver, track, and measure the information with repetition so people actually can learn things. Not everything requires a bunch of repetition, but you get my point. So again, I'm not trying to sell you the technology. We've already given it to you. The question is are you gonna be a subject matter expert? Because if you are and you have a song to sing, you want to train and impact people, we got to get your system spun up. How do we spin up the system? You guys currently have got. I'm going to share my screen, see if I can bring this up. I wasn't really prepared because Coach asked me to jump on real quick. But let me see if I can.
And each one of the people do have their own, they do have the link.
Yeah, you should have a link. If you don't have a link, I can send you a link right now, and I can share that link with you in the chat window of this system. So I'll give you the link if you don't have it accessible. But if you guys want to do it right now, I want to walk you through it. So do you have a link? Do you want to even do it? The question is, I have at this point. If you guys want me to walk you through it, let's walk you through it real quick.
That'd be good.
And by the way, again, if you guys have any questions on, well, it was given to me, how much is it? Well, it depends on what it is. Depends on what it is you're going to do. But let me just kind of show you, walk you through a little bit. So again, I just covered the why. This right here, let me populate the screen here. This right here is the link. So what you do is you click this link, and it basically will take you to this screen right here. This screen right here is one license, two options. Why is that? Because with Lightspeed VT, you're able to not only monetize your knowledge and monetize and sell content, but you're able to interactively collect data. You're also able to create marketing tools and videos with the system. So if you generate revenue with the system, we rev share with you, which is a good thing, and I'll explain why. Hold on, I'm going to mute people. So what's going to happen is you're going to spin up a system, and what you're agreeing to is all month to month. Okay, we feel if we can't keep your business, we don't deserve your business. That's how sure we are. Believe it, I have customers paying me so much money every month, they're looking for ways not to. And you know why they do? Because I showed them how to make a bunch of money. And I showed them how to leverage the interactive training system, and I introduced them to people. And I introduced them to the network and the resources and the whole, let's call it a network of people that are either needing or wanting information. So if you have information, we can get it out of your head, drop it into a training system, show you how to sell it to people and individuals. There's a lot of buyers out there. You want to create a recurring revenue model? That's how you do it. We've got millions of dollars a month coming in here at Lightspeed, and that's just for using the system. So you can do the same thing, and it's just for using the system with your expertise. So now people want to deliver, track, measure it. They want enough repetition. They want access to your brand collateral, your scripts, et cetera, et cetera. So we show you how to build that online. You need a system in order for us to do anything. So when you're ready for a system, you get the link Michael sent you. And again, we'll post it here. If you're watching this on a replay, you can click the link in the chat window, and that will take you to this page. And the reason we want you to click that link is because I want to make sure I know how many people Micheal Burt influenced to start their own system. So it helps me track Michael. So every Christmas I go, damn, babe, we need to send Michael something good. Coach Burt, we love him. He's getting a lot of people sharing content, and that's our mission, guys. My whole mission is based on sharing knowledge with people who need it, getting it from the people who have it and getting it to the people who need it. Why am I like that? Well, ultimately, because when I grew up, my dad was a good dude, hard worker, did everything right, but he died broke. I saw the shame in his eyes when he could barely afford Christmas presents in some cases, mainly because he had 6 freaking kids. But, blue collar, barely can afford. We go out to eat. We were told what we're going to have. We didn't get to pick off the menu. He told you, you're having a freaking short stack of pancakes. That's what you get. So very, very, broke blue collar family, but hard working. Okay. So at the end of the day, I saw him die broke. And why did he die broke? I'll tell you why. Because he didn't know what the other entrepreneurs in the world knew. He knew blue collar, back breaking labor crap. Now, if we would have had some of these people out here making millions, I mean, we got literally millennials making millions of dollars a year opening presents on YouTube. Do you guys know how to open presents on YouTube and generate $23 million a year? Would anybody like to know how to do that? Yeah, what knowledge do you have? How do we monetize it? Bigger question is, how do we get it out to the world to where it actually makes an impact? Because if nobody understands what you're saying, it doesn't help anybody. So the only way you get it to where people understand what you're saying is you create an interactive training system that's designed to get people to learn what's in it, not just post a video and put up a paywall. Like that's what the pricks are doing. That's what the freaking ass wipes are doing. They don't care. They just want your money. That's all they want. Give me my damn $300. I care less if you learn any damn thing. Okay, I don't care if there's repetition. I don't care if they're tracked and measured. I don't care if you're testing me. I don't care about none of that. I just want my money. So if you're one of those people, you don't need Lightspeed. Lightspeed's only for people who actually care that the people they're trying to teach learn something. Because this is the only actual learning system that's built and designed specifically to get you to learn what's in it, not just host a video. So inside the system, once you spin yours up, you're able to create interactive content, interactive landing pages, which are marketing tools. You're able to create courseware, and you're able to build out what it is we're talking. Or you can use services that we have, or a collateral of resources that between Coach Burt, Jonathan Hawkins, myself, everything you need is right here to make you a web-based interactive ATM machine that people and companies pay for monthly to get access to your knowledge or expertise. And by the way, the same system that you spin up to sell or monetize would be the exact same system that you use to train and educate your own team. Okay, because again, if you're not training your people, okay, your customers are. So somebody should be training these people. And now that you've got a built-in training system, you can actually do it. How? By spinning up a system. And you spin up that system very, very simply by clicking that link that was sent out. And again, Coach Burt, your team should send out the link one more time after this is over. And anybody watching the replay can click the link itself. I made it clickable. And then when you do that, you just click spin up a system. Now, what do? As soon as you hit spin up a system, it's going to ask you, okay, company name, first name, last name, email, there, username, create a username and password. Stick in your credit card. There is no $25,000 fee. It's waived. You don't pay it. You stick in your credit card. What for? Because every month we're going to charge you $200. Whether you do something or not, I call this the get moving tax. Like even I'm whacking you $200. Why? Because my people are here to help you. That's why. And you're plugged into a network. You're starting to get introductions. You have my attention. That's why. And if it ain't worth $200, well then, Lightspeed might not be for you. But when you start that $200 platform, now the question is, what do we do with it? Okay, because when you click buy now, it's going to ask you a few questions, and then it's going to spin you up a system. What kind of system? Allow me to show you real quick what kind of system. So it's going to, and I'm just going to give you a real quick example and concept so you guys can kind of visualize what it is you're looking for. And then I'm going to open it up to questions. So if you guys have a bunch of questions, because I'm going fast, write them down and I'll answer every single one of them when we're done here in a moment. Okay, so ultimately, if you guys look at any VT customer that we have, the whole concept is to create recurring revenue based off an intellectual technique or discipline that you've studied, that you teach, that you know that you want to share, or story or inspiration or gospel, whatever it is you're trying to get people to understand. This system's how you do it. So we create what you're doing when you spin up that link and answer those questions. It'll happen automatically on the fly. It's going to ultimately create you your own private labeled version of this system. So I'm just going to log in right now and show you an example of what you would end up with. Because once you're done, now you just log in. And once you log in, it'll automatically take you there. Once you log in, you'll come to what's your own system. And now the question is, what do we do with it? Well, you see this Help Me tab right here? You can click that Help Me tab and go through these videos and these guided tutorials, and it will literally bounce the bouncing ball to where you need to do what you need to do. So if you're like wondering like, well, how do I make it look better? I want to make it look cool, like you know, Brad Lee's with this rolling smoke and the lightning bolts. Well, again, that would be modify your private label. So you'd click this, and guess what? Boom, it'll show you right where to click. See that? It'll show you. You can't go wrong. Now, if you get to a screen like this and you're like, oh, I don't have a graphic designer, right? I don't have anyone that understands these particular things right here, like all this fanciness, you know, all these fonts and Pantones and double dips, and I don't know how to work Photoshop. I can't make it look great. Good. We got services. Call me. I'll help you out. It's just going to cost more money. But I can help you out. I can make it look cool instantly. But if you want and you know what you're doing, this will show you exactly how to do it. So you don't owe me any more money. You can literally build out your system the second you log in. Now, what are you building it out to do? I'm going to show you my version of it, okay? I have what's called Closer School. Okay, I put this up. I sold $160,000 worth of this training before I even made the thing. I did a landing page and said, it's coming. You better sign up now. If you don't, you're going to pay more. And it wasn't even ready or written or filmed. And I did 160,000 just by talking about it and driving some traffic to it on Facebook. And that 160,000 told me, damn, I better make this or I got to give all this money back. So people will buy your knowledge, even if it's making larger tomatoes. Again, there's people somewhere in a garden getting these little scrawny ass tomatoes. And if they just saw the fact that you could show them how to create massively large tomatoes on their balcony in Brooklyn or Manhattan, somebody wants to learn that knowledge. But that's not the only thing you should do. What you really ought to do is figure out how to leverage the technology to expand any business you're currently doing, train and educate people better, monetize your content, and generate deals through the interactive mechanisms that you're able to use it for. So watch as an example. So I'm going to log in. And by the way, this right here is what you're signing up for. This is my version of it. I made this with the tool. So once you log into the system's going to pop up and greet your user. Here's how I greet my user. And this is just, again, for giggles. Why do we do that? Because, folks, when someone logs into your system for the first time, you're able to pop up and interactively ask questions and dial in the information or send them through an experience without them having to understand where to go. Most people exit out at this time. So anyway, you're going to get one of these versions. Now, these versions, the skill shop, what is that? You could literally launch your own VT system with no content. Why? Because if your users go in your system and end up picking and choosing from the hundreds of subject matter experts that I already have in the skill shop, which is a marketplace. So let's say you guys just sold yours and they log in and they click Coach Burt's content. And they're like, I love this guy. Boom. Your people sign up for it. Well, Coach Burt's now paying you a piece of his revenue. Why? Because your people did it. So your training system automatically has a built-in marketplace of the content. Now, if you're thinking, well, what if those guys are my competitors? Well, you can click a button and hide whoever you don't want to show to your people. But this is called the skill shop. So ultimately what we do is we help you design, film, create, market, advertise, the whole 9 yards. But what you guys have access right now is the technology. How do we do that? You click that link, you spin up a system, and then you go in and use this help tab right here. And this help tab or a phone number, which I'll give to you in a moment, is everything you need to make this happen. The only other question is, what is your content? How are you going to make it? You can make it with an iPhone. I can show you how to make it with an iPhone very cheap. I can show you how to go into a studio and pay, 10, 15,000 a finished hour for production. I can show you how to get your own green screens and cameras and teleprompters. We have literally everything anyone would need to succeed in this business. If you don't use Lightspeed, you're just not going to do as well as if you did, as if you had, because of several things. Number one, the interactivity. Number two, the unique user experience and high-end user experience. Number three, the brain trust that we have, the network that we have, the know-how that we have. So put those all together. That's my 2 cents. So let me now, Coach Burt, I'm going to open it up to where if someone has a specific question on pricing or anything, because again, you say you gave it to them and it is that you did get a 25 grand fee waived for them. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure everyone knows when they start, there's a $200 minimum. If you end up making $1 million a month with your VT system, yes, I get what I call a slice because I'm nice. I get a piece from my niece. I get a tad because I'm Brad. We rev share. Why? Because I'm going to show you and help you make revenue online. Any questions? Coach, you're muted. If you guys, by the way, you are muted. If you can't mute yourself, press a button and it'll show me.
All right. So I think one of the things people are going to want to know is, so we basically gave them the ability to have their own Lightspeed system, waived the 25,000 fee. I hope everybody understands that you're going to turn around and create courses that you're going to sell. And when you sell those courses, that's where the revenue share comes in. And the $200 a month is just like I said, a get up and get going fee. So Brad, should they start with just one course like you did with Close Your School? Because a lot of people don't know where to begin. I've kind of coached them to start with one course. Was that what you coached them on?
Yeah, I mean, listen, when I wrote the master class, which is right here, this is what made 160,000. The master class is about 4.5 hours of content. That's only because I've done this a million times and I know what it is. But trust me when I tell you, the best way to do it is to create an hour or 2 or 3, because it doesn't matter. People are not buying quantity, they're buying the result. So if I can teach you in 15 minutes how to triple your income, do you guys care that it's 15 minutes? No. So don't get caught up on you need all this content. No, you don't. You need to be able to teach someone how to do something they currently don't know how to do very well. It's that simple. Don't make it harder than that. I can show a restaurant how to make 4 times the money they're making currently on dessert. I can teach them in 3 minutes. Any restaurant that wants to be more profitable and sell more dessert items, I can teach them in 3 minutes. End of story. Is that valuable or not? Well, it depends. What's 3 times your dessert revenue worth?
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
So I wouldn't go out and spend $1 million in a million years waiting to build every possible thing I could think of. I would try to build an hour or 2 and go sell that and let the revenue from that generate the marketing expense, because you're going to have a marketing expense. Somebody needs to know it exists. Somebody's going to have to build you a funnel. Somebody's going to have to drive traffic. Somebody's going to have to buy Facebook media and social media advertisement placement. You got, it's a business, folks. It's a business. But the good news about this business is, listen to this. My good friend, Alan Ram, I had to talk him into doing this. He had airplanes. He flew airplanes. He always wanted to come get me in them. And I said, dude, I don't fly in things that don't have stewardesses. Like, dude, that's a flying machine, and I don't fly in flying machines. And he would always say, come on, dude, it's a badass vehicle. I said, dude, you're gonna die in one of them things. Guess what happened? Almost two years ago, he died in one of those things. He crashed on a golf course in Arizona. His speaking career was over. Okay, he ain't writing any more books. His family was devastated, obviously, by the passing, but more importantly, his family was devastated because the $3 million a year he was generating by doing workshops and webinars is no longer coming in to help support them. Guess what? His $7.2 million in virtual income was coming in whether he was here or not. I'm muting you. Okay? The $7.2 million that he generated by selling businesses and individuals access to his interactive training system continues to come in to this day and pay his family. So trust me when I tell you, if we do this right, people, not only do you generate a web-based recurring revenue model better than any investment you've ever made. Like, again, people always say, you know, like a lot of people know Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone said this is one of the best investments, or yeah, one of the best decisions he's ever made. And the reason for it is he really, if he really thought about it, it'd be the best investment he ever made. Because Grant got his up to, you know, $5-6 million a month. Okay, a month, and he didn't invest hardly any money to get it going. I started it for him, showed him how to do it. Then he did it to his credit. He did it, you know, like only Grant can do it, like a freaking madman, and he blew that thing out of the water. Now, what's the difference between Grant and me, Grant and you? Marketing. That's it. So whoever figures out the marketing is who's going to make millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. But if Grant Cardone died right now on that big fancy G5 of his family would continue to get millions of dollars a month from his virtual training system, and people will continue to learn from him years into the future. So again, if you're not doing it for yourself, do it for your freaking grandkids. Do it for your, you know, family. That's all I got about that. Mr. Coach Burt, back to you. Hey, by the way, I can also show you guys how to do things like, for example, this skill shop, you'll make money if they buy Tony Robbins, How to Win Friends, Influence People, Coach Burt, my stuff, Grant stuff, anybody's stuff. So you can make money on other people's content without costing you anything. I know people that spin up a Lightspeed system. They just drive traffic into the system in hopes they activate content. And guess what? People are buying content in a system just from the skill shop. But then you can start putting in swag, podcasts, closer school, clothes, hats. You can build communities, add people to Facebook groups. You can communicate with them, certify them, turn them into a business-to-business model. Get them to do things. Create a portal, a member portal, a learning hub, really. And dude, people, trust me when I tell you, it grows and grows and grows, and it never ends. It's crazy.
Brad, I want you to address one of the users said, if most of my personal network are Kajabi users, how do we convince them to come over to Lightspeed? Can you explain the difference between Lightspeed and something like Kajabi?
Well, Kajabi is what it is. I mean, it's a system that allows you to upload a video, call it a course, put a price on it, and sell it. It doesn't deliver repetition. It doesn't have interactivity. It's not asking questions and adapting things. It's not any of that. But at the end of the day, it still works. People are using Kajabi to sell courses. So if the question is, how do I get all my people over to Lightspeed that are on Kajabi? Well, you don't worry about your people. Let's worry about you. Let's get you on Lightspeed. And then when they see what happens to your old Kajabi course, they're going to go, holy crap, what'd you do? And you're going to say, I went with Lightspeed. And Lightspeed, believe it or not, guys, nobody would be paying me if I have no contracts. I'm month to month. What are you afraid of? If I don't earn your business, quit and go back. I'm telling you guys, when you leverage interactive video, it allows you to do things other systems cannot do. Like, for example, I can create an interactive landing page that pops up and interactively collects data from your prospects and adapts the content to speak to them more directly and resonate with them better because of the interactivity. I hope that makes sense, because if it doesn't, we haven't talked long enough. Eventually it will. The future is interactivity, folks. So the question is why use Kajabi? It's not going to do anything except host your video and let you put up a paywall and collect money. If that's all you're looking to do, by God, use Kajabi. And by the way, it'll probably cost you more. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, let me show you how to do it right. Let me show you how to leverage interactivity. Let me introduce you to a network of people. Who do you think got Coach Burt on Grant's stage? Coach, who got you on Grant's stage? Well, I should say we worked on it together, didn't we?
Of course we did.
But at the end of the day, dude, Coach Burt made a lot of money because of me. And I made money because of him. And that's the network. You guys are plugging into a network. You don't need to go find Jonathan Hawkins. We'll bring guys like Jonathan Hawkins. I have the best marketing people, the best graphic artists, the best editors. I got everything under one roof. And if I don't have it, I know someone who does. I know everyone who did everything for Grant. I know everyone who did everything for Damon John, which was us. World Series of Poker, the PGA, the Professional Golf Association, TrueCar, Carfax with the Fox, okay? Schools, okay? Oregon, University of Oregon, freaking colleges use it. Like, dude, this is a technology that Fortune 500 companies and big names have been able to get because it was so expensive. Now it's open to everyone. Why? Because I think everyone knows something, and I think everyone puts what they know into a system, and then anyone that needs knowledge can get it from that system. And it's not just watching a video. It's designed to get me to learn it. I think we're going to have a much better life. I think we're going to be all happier people because we're collaborating instead of competing. Like, again, dude, I could have competed with Grant Cardone. I collaborated with him. It helped him. It helped me. It helped everybody. I could have competed with Coach Burt, but I'd rather collaborate with him. If you guys come into my training system and you guys are like, oh, Brad Lee, I love him. And then Coach Burt, you're like, oh, dude, Coach Burt's way better, dude. Like, he has some substance. Coach Burt's shit is dialed in. I way prefer Coach. Hallelujah. There's Coach. Let's win, people.
All right, I've got two more questions, and then we'll wrap it up. One question is, I want you to speak to, one question came in is, what else can they sell? Would people go there for their workshops, for their live events, or I know you can sell books, affiliates, all those things, but what do you recommend people selling in there? That's question one. And question two is, when it comes to the back end, explain how the back end can be tracked and measured. Explain how people can see. So, because that's a big selling point. I'm selling companies that we can track, we can measure, we can get usage reports, we can get watchdog reports. Explain those two things.
All right, but I do have a hard, fast rule that I only help customers. And to me, explaining all that is helping you, because you're going to have to go learn the hard way if someone doesn't explain it. But what Mike's talking about, or what Coach Burt's talking about, I don't know why I always call you Mike. You hate that, don't you, Coach? Like being called doctor, man. Once you earn Coach, do you want to be called Coach?
That's right.
All right. So at the end of the day, I feel almost like a announcer on Wheel of Fortune. Well, Coach, let me tell you, not only do you get that, but you also get this, that, and the other thing. But to answer your question, what else can you do? Like, if you'll notice mine, I realize that people are coming in here because I'm selling individuals the ability to close and persuade and frickin' master sales. Not to mention become better humans, ethics, confidence, etc. This system teaches you. I knew that people were coming in here, right? So I put this as an example. Have a team you want to train, track, and measure? Click here to get your own VT system. They click this button, guess what pops up? I've not talked to these people. I've had over 16 companies come in as an individual and automatically subscribe or upgrade to this $497. And I don't have very many people in there. And this $497 is a month. So if you would have said, how do I do it? I might not have thought of that at the time. So you would have said, why didn't you show me that? So really what I want to do is get people to understand you can do damn near anything with this system. It's almost like a telephone. You can call a lot of people and get a lot of things to happen with a cell phone. You can make dinner reservations. You can have a limo come and pick you up. You can have someone murdered if you wanted to using this telephone. Well, I mean, maybe not you, but I could. No, just joking. I'm joking, by the way. So anyway, you guys caught me in a good mood. But anyway, so at the end of the day, what can you do with the system? Listen, become a customer and we'll talk about it. You can do anything. You can use it for interactive assessments. I can show you how to make applicant screening tools. I can show you how to make onboarding content that literally saves you so much time and money you can't even imagine. Because if you're already trying to train people, but you're doing it manually, well, then you're wasting time and money. And if you value time or money, you can't do it manually. It doesn't work very well. So just me showing you how to use the system to help yourself, it's worth being a customer. So that's one way to use it. You can monetize content. How? By uploading and creating interactive courseware like I'm showing you here. You know, you create interactive expertise, okay? Or if you don't have your own interactive expertise, like this stuff, I can make you this tomorrow. The question is coming soon. When? When is yours coming? Because as soon as it's available, you can start selling it. I do weekly memberships. This is only $27 a month, and I archive these for the members, so they go in and get access to them and get the repetition. Look how many are in here. This is over 80 hours of interactive live training that people are accessing and going through. Now, again, I just started this. I wouldn't have told you that before. So again, I mean, I can't possibly remember everything you can do with the system. I can just tell you high level. What we're trying to accomplish is we want to train people better, and we want to monetize your content based on an intellectual property, technique, skill set that you have. Or, okay, again, even if you don't have any information in yourself, you drive people in here and they start looking through this Netflix type library of all the experts we do have that are already in there, that already built content. Sell some of that. There's the THA Academy. You like Jonathan Dawson? Go in there and just drive them to Jonathan Dawson. I guarantee you this dude knows his stuff. Coach Burt, guarantee Coach Burt helps people. He does it every single day. I've witnessed it. He's got companies currently paying him on the platform. Coach, if you died right now, what's Natalie getting?
Yep, should be getting some of that money.
That's right. Coach Burt's going to live on, and the revenue is going to live on. And the answer was how many ways to use it. You can use it to pre-train people coming to live events. You can use it to teach people prior to your teaching, meaning if I'm going to coach you in real life, I want to train you, but I don't want to take all the time to repeat myself to 7,000 different freaking of my clients. So I'm going to use the system as the foundational repetitious mechanism to go through the content with you virtually on your schedule, not mine. So you can go in there and really get up to speed on who I am and what I teach and what I need you to know. And now when we get on the phone, I can be much more effective because I've already went through your courseware with repetition. So when now we get on the phone, you start using certain language. What kind of language? Prey drive. What is it? Well, guess what? Normally I'd have to start out and tell you what all prey drive was. Take about an hour to explain prey drive to you. Well, what if I virtually explain prey drive right now? Now we're talking about it. Mike, show me your prey drive. Oh, that's excellent. You know what? You're a little bit weak on this. Go to the VT system. Go through this module a couple of times. Matter of fact, I'll assign it to you. Once you're done, I'll see you next Friday. So you can use it to coach people better. You can use it to hold people accountable. You can use it to onboard new employees or fans or consumers. You can use it to advertise interactively with video to get new clients and customers. How do you do that? Well, it would be like this. Watch. Show you. Still seeing my screen or no? Here, look. I'll show you. Now, if this was your system, you'd go like this. You'd click this button, which is called Super User Access. You'd have Super User Access. You'd go over here, and you can either make an interactive video with this composer, or you can create an interactive landing page, which would be an equivalent of like a real quick funnel. So if I wanted to create a new funnel or use an existing funnel and just share it, I could post it on social media. I can embed it in my website. I can do all kinds of crap, but ultimately I want to get attention to this video because the video is interactive and it's outside the system. It's not in the system. I can create a new campaign, select the video, name it, new campaign. Okay, select the video that I made for it. Let's say it's that one. Boom. That one gets started. I publish the campaign. Now I share the campaign. That interactive system, that interactive video that's now viewable online instantly, and if it's interactive and done correctly, it can now sell the appointment. You can sell the appointment. You know, again, depends on what script you write when it starts. Depends on what's happening.
The skill to make quick connections and then cultivate those into full-blown relationships.
See, because if I wanted to down here, I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Forgive yourself for all of the lies and all the harmful stuff.
So now I just posted this out on the internet instantly, and if this were a written,
something to do with how we were raised, how we were petty this. Do you feel fairly confident or not so much?
Now see, there's an example. If I were trying to sell you Lightspeed, or I was trying to sell you my content, I could send this through the internet, through the email, on a website, on a web page, in a ClickFunnels, whatever. And now this video is instantly available online, so it actually helps you even get your client. So I'm going to show you how to create interactive content that you put on Facebook, Instagram, websites, whatever, that interactively allows you to convert people better. Why would they convert better with interactivity? I'll explain it simply. Because there's buying styles and there's personality styles. Some of you are going to like me. Some of you are not going to like me. Some of you, are going to want to be sold softly. Some of you are going to want to be sold more aggressively. Some of you want to talk about the reliability of the code and the platform. Some of you don't care anything about that. So if you can cleverly and interactively adapt the content to the individual, in other words, I'm going to present to you the same opportunity 4 different ways based on your personality and your buying style. I'm going to have a 300 to 500% higher conversion, and I'm going to collect a number of data points that you're currently not even asking. So again, most people, they're trying to create a funnel that leads to a course, when what we really want you to do is make the course the funnel. Let people into an interactive course that gives them the ability to find out whether they like you or don't. If they don't like you, are you trying to get them to pay you money if they don't like you and you can't help them? Of course not. If you're like me, I don't want your money unless I can help you. But if I can help you, I don't want to sell you a $90 option. It costs me more than $90 to try and explain it to you. So guess what? I'll virtualize that, let you go through an interactive video, and if you like what you hear and you upgrade or you elect or you press, in real time, I connect you with one of my salespeople, or if you're a big enough fish, I'll connect you with me personally. Why? Well, I'm not talking to someone that only has $100. I need you to have a minimum of $1,000. And again, by the way, I'm making this up so you guys get my point. Because the question was, how can we use it? How else can we use it? Guys, I could sit here and talk to you for hours about how to use it. It's because what you say and do with it ultimately depends on your objectives, your advertising that's going on, your events that are coming up, the books that are about to be released, the podcast you're going to show up on. It's so many ways to use it, because ultimately what the system allows you to do is create, deliver, track, and measure interactive content. And the value of interactive content is simple. It allows you to ask questions, collect data, and make suggestive upsells, which means if you spend money to drive people to a video, why would you drive them to a dead video that asks no questions and makes no offers? And it doesn't adapt to anybody. It just blurts out. It just plays. It just plays. That's what your video does. It just plays. Okay, if that's the case, if your video just plays, well, then you've got old ass technology and you're not using it very well. So when you say, what can Lightspeed do? It can make you a screening tool. It can make you an assessment. It can make you a sales conversion tool. It can make your employees tools. It can onboard your new employees, train your new employees how to answer the phone. You can activate content from people like Micheal Burt, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, you. You can create invitations to your Christmas party and show them how to get there and make it interactive, so if they don't press the right buttons, they don't get the damn directions. See, I just made that up on the spot. I've never had anyone use it for Christmas directions, Christmas party directions, but you can use it for that. Why? How would you do it? You create interactive content that tells people how to get you to your Christmas party. You upload it. You issue passwords to whomever you want to know how to get to your Christmas party, and they get a text or an email. They open their phone, they press a button, and you pop up and interactively find out whether or not they're going to be eating Christmas dumplings with you or not. And if they do, they'll know how to get there, and you'll know that they know. Anyway, enough dumb examples, folks. That's pretty much, I hope that answered your question without confusing you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brad. It's been very helpful. What we're going to do is we're going to share this with the other 40 participants that were at the event so that they have it. Every one of you have a Lightspeed spin-up system or a link. If you need questions, we'll send it back out to you again to make sure you get it. And if you got questions for me, just reach out to me. Brad, thank you for your time today. You did a great job explaining it. I've been taking notes every time I talk to you. There's so many more ways we could be using Lightspeed. That's the conclusion I come to every time that I spend time with you. So, and there is millions of dollars to be made in an online interactive program.
Listen, I know, Coach, I know people that nobody knew who they were. They had no social media. They created a course and built $300,000 a month in revenue in less than a year. $300,000 a month to access interactive videos and reporting and what all the crap that it does. $300,000 a month. You know what they were making prior to that? $1 million a year. You know what they were doing? They were doing everything manually. They were maxed. They were about ready to get a divorce. They were at their wits' end, okay? Living out of a suitcase. So if you guys are out there having frustration, or maybe you're just, hey man, I'd love to get into this space. I like to coach. I got a song to sing. The main reason I got excited is because you guys came to that event at the lodge because you were trying to learn what? What was it, Coach?
How to speak, coach, train, lead.
Yeah, so if you're going to speak on stage, you need a VT system, or you're leaving millions on the table and you ain't helping anybody really. Your impact is not your 1 hour keynote, folks. Hate to wake you up, but it's not your 1 hour keynote. Your 1 hour keynote gets people exposed and excited to go deeper with you. Your virtual training is what then is left behind because the real you has to go. The real you has some sleep. The real you has a family. The real you has a flight. So you leave behind a password. Whether it's free or paid is irrelevant. Depends on whether you can sell or not. But that stage is now a marketing opportunity or an opportunity to expose the people to your uniqueness. And then again, if people want to go deeper, you use the VT system to bring them in virtually so you don't have to bring them up to speed manually. Make sense? And then if you have books, you want to sell them books, you want to sell them tickets to your live event, you want to see if they'd even go to a live event, you just embed that into your interactivity as they go through your course. So again, guys, listen, the main reason I got excited is because you guys all said you wanted to be, you wouldn't have went out to that unless you had something to say, unless you had a song to sing, unless you were going to teach something to somebody, okay? Or you wanted to be a speaker, or you want to be an author, or you want to be a coach and a mentor. Because, dude, the industry's huge. So that's why I'm excited, and that's why I'm, speaking so fast. So I apologize if I freaking came on so freaking strong, but I already know what can happen. I've already seen it happen. The question is have you? And you're not going to see it happen as quick or as good unless you come with Lightspeed VT, which, by the way, anyone who cares about learning and education is with Lightspeed, which is why Coach Burt's on Lightspeed. Hey, he knows, hey, he could probably save some money if he went somewhere else. No, he wouldn't. He'd lose money. He'd lose money if he wasn't on Lightspeed. I'm telling you, the network alone, the proximity alone is value. So just out of curiosity, Coach, because I didn't want to take more than an hour, who here does not want to do it? Because I'd like to say that after this call, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on here. Are 6 people going to spin up a system here in a second? Can we do it right now while we're talking? So if anything goes wrong, you guys I can answer you. Like you guys can all individually do it at the same time. How about we just do a real quick 7-minute activation party? Ready, set, go. Hey, by the way, if anybody has any questions, unmute yourself. If you don't know how, like I said, press that button. I think there's a way for me to see help. Unmute yourself, ask whatever question, because the only complaint we've ever gotten is people didn't get started fast enough. So I don't want to let you down and let you think about it for another week or two or a month or 6 months or never because I didn't get you to do it now. So is there a way, Michael, we can get people to do it right now in the next 3 minutes?
It looks like Brad Glazer has already done it. He said
Brad has done it.
He said,
Yes,
I've
sir.
already.
Absolutely, Brad. Signed up about a week ago and uploading my first course and been on the phone with your team. They're real helpful. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is how to add the payment system.
The payment system is called Ecom or Chargeify. It's already built into the system. If you call my 1-800 number, 1-800-HEY-LIGHTSPEED or Hey LSVT or whoever you're talking to currently, you call client support, they will walk you through that. It's already, if you use Chargeify. Do you have Stripe account or any kind of merchant account already?
We got Square and PayPal, but if those aren't capable of being used, I'll just sign up for Chargeify.
You don't have to. We've already signed an umbrella of account. We can get it cheaper than you can. You would just call in and say you want to Chargeify the system, and someone on our team will Chargeify your system.
Perfect.
And if they don't, man, listen, DM me, hit me up, text me, email me, let me know. I guarantee you, Brad, if you started Lightspeed to join your system, if anything doesn't go big for you, it's only because we didn't communicate. Like you,
I'll make sure we do.
Well, dude, I only win if you win, brother. So make sure you reach out to us.
You bet.
Awesome. So Brad's already perfect. Brad's already a Lightspeedite. He's in the network. Again, I can start figuring out what you teach and what you do so I can put you in the skill shop, start making introductions. Who knows? Maybe old Brad Blazar is going to be at 10x time.
Got to get you on my podcast first, Mr. Lee. Get you on my podcast first.
That's another thing. If you guys want some exposure, my podcast has been known to get some exposure. If you guys aren't familiar with dropping bombs and you don't mind a few cuss words, Coach Burt's been on a couple times. We talked about his hog leg. It was wonderful news. But I can promise you this, man. If you guys spin up, come out to Vegas, I'd love to have you on the podcast. So that's only for the people on this call. So write these people down, Coach, because I'm not doing it for everybody. I got too many people doing it. I already got a huge waiting list to get on, including Dan Pena.
Mm-hmm. I will be there in April on stage speaking to about 500 people, so we'll make it happen.
Brad, that's awesome. You come in, I'm going to put you on the podcast. That's freaking awesome. And by the way, anybody else on this call right now gets on it. If you're selling, of course that is, my podcast can get you a little attention. I'd love to have you on. So let's get you spun up right now. Anybody else spit up or have questions?
I better introduce myself. I better take advantage. This is Melani, and I have a course on how to open and scale your Airbnb business.
Ooh, that's a big topic right now. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people wanting to learn how to do this. These are what I call biz ops. And you can make a ton of money with a biz op. Why? Because nowadays you can legitimately show someone how to make 50, 100 grand a year online using other people's stuff. Airbnb, I can go rent a house, turn it into an Airbnb, and make money with someone else's real estate. Can I not, Milani?
Heck yeah, you can. I'll show you how.
See, and again, if you can interactively show people how, you don't need Lightspeed to do that. You can do it with a video. The question is you hope they learn. Well, because you're going to do it through us, I'm going to show you how to lade into it interactivity to get you more data and upsell other things. I don't know if you have coaching, mentoring, masterminds, other things, but we can talk about it. By the way, spinning up a system, calling in is 100% included. We do have services that include consulting and things like that. But listen, if you're a friend of my coach, if you're a friend of coaches, then you're a friend of mine. Okay? So text, reach out, DM me. I'll help you as much as I can without, getting too crazy. But Milani, did you spin up a system?
Is my 7 minutes over? I'll go do it right now.
No, but you can do it. You can do it right now while we're talking. Open another window. You know how?
Yeah, I'm sure it's in my email, so I'll go grab it.
Yeah. Or here, I'll put it in the chat window if you want. But yeah, I'd love it to where everybody online that we talk to spun up. And everybody that listened to this spins up because they'd be foolish not to. And nobody gets the advantage of the old drop and bomb. Or let's figure out something else, Burt, we can do to get everybody on the call. Timothy Phelps, what about you, sir?
I'm gonna jump in here and introduce myself. This is the Exit Realty. This is the Exit Realty dude, Aaron Dwyer.
How you doing, sir?
Question. I'm good, man. How are you?
Good.
So, question is, and I think you might have just answered it. So we got a couple of kind of a multifaceted thing we got on real estate offices. We're also going to create a coaching platform as well. Can I start with one spin up, and then will it kind of organically grow as we move on into the next thing, or do I need to go ahead and get 2 systems? How would that work?
Dude, I feel like this is a staged question because I love the question. This is almost like I paid you to I paid you to tee it up just so I can slam it out of the park with my answer. Once you have one system, you have unlimited systems. So you guys can see my screen. So for example, let's say right now you started with Closer School and your question was, what happens when I expand and do other things? You come up here to this super user button. You see that?
Yep.
Then you come over here to private label management. You see that? Bam.
I do.
You can create unlimited private labels. The question is how? Well, again, this Help Me tab will show you how. But the answer is you go to the super user and you can create unlimited locations, systems, businesses, locations, sub-locations. This is beautiful when it comes to customizing the experience for B2B play. So the answer is absolutely. You can come in here, get one thing going, and when you're ready, go here and just create a brand new brand. As long as you own it, you cannot resell and sub-license this out so other people can do this. But as long as you own the business and you own the brand and it's you doing it, you can private label this 1,000 ways, all included.
Love it. Okay, that's all needed.
All right, now are you in? Are you in like Flynn?
I'm in like Flynn.
All right, good. And if you, that's awesome. Timothy, did you get on and say you're in already? Who's CC? Is that Charlie Chena, my secret agent? Who's CC? Is that old Chena listening? Wondering how I'm closing everybody? Wondering how I'm closing 100%? LaDonna, you're new. You missed half of it. Milani, you're in, correct?
Brad, yeah, this is Timothy. Yeah, I'm in.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I'm working on getting it set up now. Beautiful.
If you guys don't have the link, again, let me know. I'll just put it in the chat window. Matter of fact, I'll do it anyway. You can hey, can you cut and paste it, Coach? You know yours or no? Here, I got it. I think I got it right here.
Yeah, the one you posted, I think the one I sent you is mine.
Yeah, I signed up under coaches. This is Brad Blazer.
Beautiful. Yeah, because I'm gonna give Coach I'm gonna give him a big old freaking car or something if we all do this right. Here's the cool part about this, folks. That was private. Here, let me share something with everybody. There, that's the link in the chat. Oh no, that's just the Brad again. Here, hold on. Sorry about that. There we go. So if you're listening to the replay, it's still in the chat. Go in the chat. You can click that link right there. That just tells me it came from Mike because I'm waiving fees and I'm doing shit for his group that I don't do for everybody. So if you don't click that, okay, you may not get the same acceptance. What is it called, Coach? In other words, like I'm gonna take care of you guys because you went to that event and I know that you're serious. You already invested in yourself. You're not playing games. You want to make an impact and you want to make some money. That's my kind of people. I want to get the knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it, and everybody on here has it. I love my Lonnie's. I'm telling you, business officers. If you guys want to ask a question about what you teach, obviously Exit Realty can use it for his own people and other exit realtors, other realtors. Again, there's so many ways you can use it. Anybody, before we wrap up, because I think we're out of time, Coach scheduled an hour. Any other questions while I'm on?
Nope, it's all good.
Nope. CC, lowered hand, raise their hand. Hold on. CC, are you even, I don't think he has a mic. He's on the phone. There you go. CC, you have a question?
I was just letting you know who I am. I have no voice. That's why I'm not talking. But I'm with Aaron, so we're just in different locations right now, the Exit Realty.
All right, good. And remember, folks, when you spin up a system, you're asked to pick a temporary private label. These are all temporary private labels. These are temporary things because you're able to go in there and do it on your own. So let me leave you with this, just so you guys are aware of one thing. If you guys want help or you need help, go ahead and call the helpline, which is 1-800-HEY-LSVT. I don't know what the actual number is. It's 1-800-HEY-LSVT, HEY-LSVT, and ask the questions. I pay those people to answer any questions you have on anything. If you called them and said you're not sure where to get pizza, they're going to ask you where you are. They'll Google it for you. At the end of the day, they want to know how to help you so you can be helped, okay? So don't be afraid to call us. Because you're a customer of ours, it's very important that you win and you're not frustrated, and we show you how to use it internally, externally, to make money, to train people better. And last but not least, if you're ever like wondering how to do something, call us and we will tell you how to do it. And we also have services, just so you know. I don't know, Coach, we might have, you know, put together some sort of special. I'm sorry, I didn't prepare for this, but if you guys have services and you want to use them, okay, call me. We have editors, we have graphic artists, we have freaking all the things you need to blow this whole business up, including salespeople in a sales room. So we can help you from A to Z, literally anything you need. You call us, we can help. I didn't say for free, by the way. Some things I might have to charge for. But don't worry about it, because let me tell you something. I've never seen anybody make an investment that wasn't their best investment of their entire life. If I showed you just how to get to 10 grand a month in recurring revenue, 10 grand a month, how much would you pay for a web-based ATM that spit you out 10 grand a month every month? What would that be worth, Coach, to you?
It'd be worth, well, it'd be worth a percentage back to you for showing me how to do it.
Why, thank you. See, it's fair, ain't it?
Of course it is.
Not only that, dude, I'll show you how to do it and raise up your branding, your image, your ability, your data collection. Data is everything, folks. Let's not send people to a dead video that just plays. Let's send them to interactive videos that amaze people, adapt, and help people learn better, because that's what it's all about. Folks, love to have you on my podcast. If you guys all activate, hit me up when you're in Vegas. I only film live, and I'd love to have you on. It's called Dropping Bombs. Coach, if you need me back for another one of these, let me know.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you, big guy. I appreciate you.
Bradley. Your team's awesome. I've been on the phone a couple times. They're wonderful.
Thanks, man. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you. And next time you guys hold one of these, Coach, think it might be a good idea to invite Brad Lee to the old lodge?
Yes.
Okay.
Two
hey,
coming up next year.
if you ask me, you freaking robbed these people. I think you robbed them blind by not having me there. Like,
Brad, are you going on the cruise?
How can you be a subject matter expert and take life seriously if you don't have a VT system?
Brad, are you going on the cruise?
Yes, I am going on that cruise. And by the way, I'm bringing some fire, and I'm also prepared to drink and have fun. So it's a double whammy with the old drinker. I actually know, but you know what? Then I probably might not drink on the cruise, but yes, I'll be there.
Well,
See,
I'll
see,
be there either way.
Now watch. Here's the value of interactivity. What if I popped up and I said, "Hey, y'all coming on the cruise? Listen, I can either get shit-faced drunk and embarrass myself, or I could clean. Which do you prefer?" See, that's the value of interactivity. Right now, I'd know if everybody wants me to drink and have fun on the cruise, or just bring all the information and keep it business. You guys are the best. Until next time, kids, keep it real.